You'll have a heartache for every tear of mine. I took a walk.
Ginny and I grew up together. We're practically sisters. We've known each other our whole lives. Our dads are best friends, and we grew up with music a constant in our homes. There was always our dads and families were playing music together, and as kids we would run around, and while everyone else was playing Cowboys and Indians or Superman or whatever they were playing, we were talking about a bluegrass band, and we pretend we were in a band, and we talk about, you know, making plans for the future and when we had our own band. And now, you know, we've come a long way from standing on the hill above the porch at my parents' house and pretending like there was an audience down there and playing like we were in a band to we actually, you know, have got this album. So with the help of Matt and Keith, we're taking this traditional music that one step further, adding in, you know, the walking, slapping bass and the snare drums, and, you know, that some of that RoseMadic's influence that Ginny and I grew up with. Ginny and I grew up with our cribs packed in there amongst all those Stanley records, and so, you know, traditional music is what's in our blood, and this is just what we love to do.
Well, Keith Little, we couldn't have asked for somebody better to come in and work with us and help produce this album. When we sat down and started thinking of who it was that could really come in and help take us to the next level, Keith was the first person we thought of, and we were so appreciative that he would take the time to work with us. And we've known Keith, and he's been such an influence on us for all our lives, and so it was just a great time to be able to work with somebody like that. And then Matt Dunman, he came in and decided to help us produce this thing, and really when he decided to do that, he took on a lot more than just the producer role. He played mandolin for us, he played the snare, he sang the low part, he just really came in and did it all. And he's been recording and producing for 20 years, and he's one of the area's top musicians, hired hands. He gets called for some of the top bands around the area, and we really appreciate having somebody like him around. If it wasn't for him, this thing wouldn't have ever happened. So it was great to get to work with both him and Keith.
Now, the girls asked me to talk a little about helping produce the record, which of course is a blast most of the time. Now, we put a lot of hard work into this thing, and it came out really good, so it's a lot of fun. I mean, getting to work with Keith, incredible. The guy is just a fountain of knowledge about music and opened up so many new ideas to us. And I learned a whole lot working with him, and tried to kind of bring my own twist to things, I guess, as well, because I've been working with the girls on their music for years now. But it was good. I mean, even in the hard times, it's easy to stick on the project because it's good, hardcore, traditional bluegrass. This is no girly grass here. This is the real thing. Someone said once that it's they sound like Jimmy Martin if he were a girl, and I agree with that.
Like
the chickgrass thing actually started. We were picking one night with the boys. It was our dads and a good friend Danny Van Meter, and Ginny and I went to do a standard bluegrass song, and a few keys higher than it's normally done. And Dell looked over at the rest of the guys and said, "Watch out, boys, this is chickgrass." Chickgrass, it's sort of a tongue-in-cheek way of describing what it is we're doing, because although we're girls singing, it's not that soft, sweet kind of a sound that you think of when you think of girls singing. It's, you know, when you think of greats like RoseMadic's and Wanda Jackson and Joan Jett, you know, that sound where they're laying it all out there on the line, and they're singing from their gut and what they're feeling, and, you know, just laying it all out there. And that's the kind of style that we absolutely love.
Oh my gosh, Deke Dickerson, he is part of this album, and we couldn't be more excited about it. He is a rockabilly superstar, and turns out he's one of the nicest guys, and he's easygoing people to work with around. It was just great to have him be part of this. Then, as we were starting to look for people to help us out with liner notes and some special stuff, we realized that, you know, not only is this guy an amazing musician, he's also one of the leading authorities on one of our heroes, RoseMadic's, and it was just, again, we couldn't think of anybody else we'd rather have on our album.
Banjo Boy. We met Banjo Boy at IDMA, as far as I recall. I recall him, he was playing music, and he was really good. And next thing you know, from Arizona. Here comes Banjo Boy, sitting here at Squirty, just, I mean, knocking the banjo out like, I mean, my eyes were popping out of my sockets. The guy just was all over it. I was about to say better than that, but maybe not better than that, but almost as important, he's nice.
Hi folks, welcome to the Squirty headquarters here at Pleasant Valley Music. RoseBud Blue is in crunch time now, trying to get our album finished so that it's out for the summer festival season. And here on the wall we have our RoseBud Blue schedule, everything that we're going to be doing.
Oh yeah, fiddle players, God, that's, I'd love to talk about that. Of course we had Mike Eisler, and we thought long and hard about different fiddle players to use. And so, you know, there's a lot of choices out there, a lot of really great players, and we thought about some of the guys back east that we just really love. But we wanted someone with a connection to the band, and someone that played really great, kind of edgy, traditional bluegrass fiddle. At some point, we kind of pulled Mike Eisler's name out, who of course played with the Sawtooth Mountain Boys over a lot of years out in Oregon. And as soon as we kind of listened to some of what Mike had been doing and thought about him, it just made perfect sense. Of course, Mike recorded him, and it just came out just exactly the way we'd hoped and more. It was kind of surprisingly great in ways we hadn't expected. And then we always knew we wanted twin fiddles, so who better to do that than Jenny's grandpa's fiddler, and the best fiddler we could think of around here, Ed Neff, who is just a spot-on traditional fiddler. And he's played with Mike and done twin fiddles with Mike on stage before, but those two had never recorded twins together. And they have kind of styles that are complementary to each other, and they know each other and have a history, and each have a history also with the band. So it just made a lot of sense to have them play together, and worked out really well. That's one of the highlights of the record to me.
Fiddles and cooks.
Oh, God. Oh,
no. Okay. Okay, start with your ooh.
Mine is new.
Yeah.
So one of the things we're really excited about is we have a special graphic designer from San Francisco that's going to be doing the artwork and the design for the CD cover.
Berkeley, California, at the Mac store. Who will we find inside? Let's see. Well, if it ain't Jenny Jen getting Mac. So what do you think?
So far so good. Not only did I get my makeup done, but I also got a tutorial on how to apply my makeup so that I can look super smoking hot in all of our shows.
Instead of giving the man the fish, you teach the man to fish?
Right. Yeah, I got a fish and was taught how to fish.
So you're going to be able to put makeup on a fish from now on?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah, so at all of our shows from here on out, we're going to have fish fully made up.
Oh, I just turned it on. So the experiment is complete, and here's the victim. What about you? Are you just as excited for RoseBud Blue?
Me and the rest of the ghosts are very excited. Absolutely.
Well, guys, how did it turn out?
I'm hungry.
You like it?
I'm hungry.
We plan on doing this for many years to come, and hopefully just making some strides in the direction of showing younger people that there's still some excitement in traditional music, and that there is a style of singing out there for girls that is a little more hardcore and edgy.
Depending on the glass, it's been a lifetime coming. Jenny and I have grown up dreaming about this and talking about this, and we just hope that you enjoy it as much as we enjoyed making it and playing this music.
When a flower grows wild, it can always survive. Wildflowers don't care where they grow.